that has been my experience. So how about you?
Well, I was a part of the Security Council, I
Okay.
believe. Yeah, so there was about 20, 25 of us there.
Hmm.
And every day in the morning, there would be like a small 10 to 20-minute period where the delegates could go up and could give like a address or a speech like that,
Hmm.
where they would talk about the day's issues, about what topics should be discussed, what are the key points to be discussed, etc., etc.
Hmm.
And they would be marked on that.
Okay.
And also throughout the day, I remember it was like I raised my hand.
Hmm.
It depends if the person in front sees you or not.
Correct.
Because you could have kept your hand raised for like 20, 30 minutes, but like all other people around you get to stand up and speak.
Hmm.
And then finally, it's your turn to say something to the issue at hand.
So what is interesting is this issue at hand. So there is something called point of personal privilege, okay, or point of order. One of those, where, for example, uh, let's say you're Ashish, and for example, you go out of character and say, Ashish, I would like to say. You suppose a
Yeah,
delegate
yeah,
of Haiti, you say, I would like to say. One guy from delegate of US, Chair, the delegate of US would like to state that the delegate of Haiti has used a personal reference.
yeah,
This is a point of order.
yeah,
The chair just looks at him. He's like,
yeah,
dude, I'm here. I know the rules. Shut up. That's it.
yeah,
So, and people say that, oh, his tie is not proper. Oh, his shirt is not proper. So,
yeah,
what people used to do is they never had any issue. They're
yeah,
like, let me get points by just raising my hand and telling there's something wrong with his shirt
exactly,
or something. But
exactly, yeah,
the best part of any committee is when the big countries like probably US, France, Germany, and all, and you have almost a world war starting.
yeah, essentially, yeah.
And then smaller countries look like, hey, macha, you do, put bomb, man, no problem. No,
No,
this is
I know, but were the people who were in charge of like your big countries like USA? No,
USA.
USA,
What is USA?
Russia. I can't speak English now. Let's go. Okay,
Okay.
USA, Russia, and all those. Like in my committee, right? The delegates of these big countries were like the people who were very silent.
Okay.
So like a bunch of countries, right? They were just criticizing Russia, criticizing USA. Okay,
Hmm.
these two delegates. Okay, poor people, right? Just quiet people, nice guys. Okay, but they're not like super like. What did you say about my country? I'll fight it. They're not like that, right? So
Right.
they were just sitting there, and everyone was like, USA did this, no, Russia did that. So there's a essentially it turned into a proxy war
Okay.
were like the USA allies. So
Hmm.
Mexico, Haiti, even though Haiti is such a small country, they can't do anything.
Hmm.
Still, okay, USA, so Mexico, Haiti, Canada, and all these other countries were fighting with China, North Korea, these countries
Okay.
because the delegates of USA and Russia
Hmm.
didn't say anything.
Hmm.
So we were fighting on behalf of them.
Oh, you are fighting on behalf of.
Yeah.
Actually, you said right, the seasoned manners, they don't take big countries. There's a reason for it, because
Yeah.
smaller countries don't have anything on them. Okay,
Yeah.
big countries have a lot.
Mm,
So you can say, oh, you came to my country, you did
mm,
slavery, you did this, you did that. And big
yeah.
countries are like, sorry, bro, that was 200 years ago. Don't put this on me, okay?
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good strategy actually, which these seasoned manners and the way they talk, seasoned manners, that
Yeah.
accent and confidence in which they talk, that's something I have to take away, which I learned.
Mm,
And the way they handle the pressure, if there's a ad hoc situation, like for example, some missile has gone from one country to another, and
mm.
then countries are like, which side should I take? Should I take this guy's side or this guy's side?
Yeah, those ad hoc situations were like amazing. Plus the like example, right? In this actually happened in us. So there was something about a nuclear war apparently happening, right?
Hmm.
North Korea was threatening to release bombs, right?
Okay.
So the delegate of Russia gets up, completely forgets that he's supposed to be allies with North Korea.
Yeah.
He goes, Russia strongly condemns these intentions from North Korea. Okay,
Okay.
10 minutes down the line, the head goes, Russia has dropped two nukes on USA. Delegate of Russia is done. He's just like, what? What happened? Since when? He's just looking around like, wait, did I not just condemn this? How could this happen?
They call this a fox paw. It's called you did it by you
Yeah,
say something and then you're like, oh,
yeah,
okay, okay, that's I did that. So sorry.
yeah.
But the kind of pressure which you face over there is intense, man. At least in my committee, which was the prime minister's one, there was one in which some unwanted people they come to an airport and taken some people hostage. So me and one guy, defense minister, we were trying to figure out okay what we're going to do, what we're going to do. We figured out a solution,
Mm,
and then suddenly, I think it was Atit. He was the secretary general at that time. He walks in. So we are about to send in the army. Okay,
yeah,
and Atit comes in. He's like, the president order is that the army cannot be sent in, and he walks off. And we're like, what? We just spent 2 hours trying to figure out a solution, and then you come in and say we can't do it.
yeah.
But the pressure at the end. So what happened in our committee was they had four corrupt ministers, okay,
Mm.
including me. Okay, I'm serious. So what actually happened was they so each of us had a pad. We had a notepad. We had a kind of file.
Yeah,
So they had four letters. So I got one of the letters which says that there are some illegal immigrants come up from another state.
yeah,
This is from the Home Secretary. So he's like, there are illegal immigrants coming from another state, and on your orders, I put them to work somewhere else. What should I do? This is the message from Home Secretary. So what I've done is technically illegal against the
yeah.
law. And I'm trying to figure out why did this mail come to me. Then I go at the end of the day and ask the other ministers, did you get this? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad, sorry. So I was the corrupt minister, and some people did not figure out until the end. So what happened is at the end they were supposed to arrest us, four corrupt guys,
Mm.
but they didn't have time because it was time for the announcement of results and all. One guy was supposed to come in and handcuff me and all those things. That didn't happen because they didn't have time.
That is a brilliant legal system, dude.
Yeah.
I am corrupt. I admit it, but you're out of time, so I'm out of here.
That's really what happened. People had to, and the prime minister said at the end, guys, there are some corrupt ministers in your cabinet. Try to find them out. They are not helping your cause. He just
Yeah,
said that at the end, and people are looking like, what? I'm just like, yeah, water is good, no? Oh, okay.
yeah. Like, yeah, dude. Let's catch them. Let's catch the people who are corrupt, which I am definitely not a part of.
No, what I was doing is, I'm like, I wrote a chit to health
Yeah,
minister, bro, there's a corrupt guy in the cabinet, why don't you find them out? He's like, yeah, bro, let's do it.
yeah,
I'm like, oh, I'm so smart. Yes.
yeah.
So, but Cayman at the end of the day, MUN is essentially, like I said, it's a good platform for debating. Anyone who wants confidence or wants to get rid of stage fear, it's
Mm.
a good way. And this is how Parliament debates. You get a feel of how the world works. When you go to represent a country on an
Yeah,
international level, you got to talk sense. You can't just go and say, I don't think what you said is right.
yeah.
There's a reason for it. You should look at the country's history. You say something and then you're like, your country did this. You're like, oh, really? Okay, you seem to know more about my country. Can we swap countries? Shall we do that?
Yeah. No, but did you have any weird sites where you did your research?
Weird sites, as in?
Yeah, like for example, I remember doing research on the CIA website.
Oh, okay.
Because somebody told me that the CIA basically has like a general info on all countries.
Okay.
So again, like you're right, Haiti is not like a super well-known country. There was obviously the Wikipedia page, and
Hmm.
then that's it.
Okay.
So I had to go to the CIA webpage, go to Haiti, and under that there was like this general information, today's news, all that stuff was there.
Okay.
Most of my research on my country was from there.
Okay. You can access all this. Is it allowed?
Yeah, I think it's free for public use. Obviously, it's not like there's a secret mission where the two agents are being sent to kill someone. Like all that stuff is not there. This is like just for the public.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
No, I thought you went to some illegal website and hacked and all these things. But
There's a Cayman going. What should I do? Hack into the NSA.
no, man, people really come up with good preparation. And then, like you said, people like you and me come up with one sheet, and
Yeah.
then we go there and sit knowing, not knowing what to say.
Yeah, exactly. No,
But
but the process behind the organization of the months is fun.
see, that is one thing which I don't have anything to say because I was never part of the organizing committee.
Yeah.
We should probably get someone from school who has done this, and that's a whole another set of
Hmm.
podcasts. I don't know how many it will take up, but easily two because everyone has different was head of different committees, finance and probably secretary general,
Yeah.
and the amount of research you have to do to get matters at a world stage
Hmm.
because the kind of English and the kind of language I saw was very professional. It doesn't seem like a 12th standard has written it, which in fact they have.
Hmm.
So, I mean, people have been reading the newspapers. So, something to learn to. Probably we can invite someone from the organizing committee, and if possible, let's try to
Yeah.
fix a date for that.
Yeah, we can. We probably should.
Yeah.
Maybe like on like a part two of this video.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can maybe do bring someone in who's organized the Cayman. Maybe someone who's organized it this year. You know.
Probably, yeah. That would be nice. How things have changed, that would be a nice thing.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
So,
Also, do you remember there used to be something called chaos round?
no, chaos round, I don't know.
We had one like that, right? So essentially, it was like a fun round which we were having, right?
Hmm.
Where it was like all these fun awards would be given, right? Best dressed, best speaker.
Okay, that. Okay.
Yeah,
I know.
no,
That was the last day.
yeah, but this was the round just after that.
Okay.
Right, so out of nowhere, this fun round would end, and then we'd be like, "There's a chaos in town. There's a chaos in town. There's a chaos in town. This situation has happened. You have to now solve it. Go."
Okay.
Yeah, and then I remember at the end there would be this thing called a resolution,
Correct.
where first 2 days of debating you have to put it down in paper and come to some kind of ending.
Consensus.
Yeah, consensus, which most of us would just look at. You know, like we would not have any input in that.
Okay.
All the professional manners would be doing that, right?
It's like the smartest guy in your class does the project, and you're like, yeah, even I contributed. I put my name here.
I was also there. Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially that. Yeah.
Nice. So I think that's the end of the month podcast. Probably this is our experiences. If you have any experiences, please share with us. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube and SoundCloud.
And leave your experiences down in the comments below. Yeah.
Yep. So that's it from us. Cheers. That's the season 1, episode 4 of the K2A podcast.
Of the podcast. If you have any topics you would like us to discuss, there's a link on the FB page. Please do click on that. If you would like to be on the podcast, there is a link on the FB page for that as well. Please do click that, fill in all your details, and we'll contact you regarding you being on the podcast. And once again, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you all next time.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.